Good morning, good afternoon, and good night to my triple whalers around the globe. I'm your host, Downtown Logan Brown, and this is the Boardroom. And no, this isn't a real boardroom. This is the place to ditch the shirt and tie and talk about analytics. So each week I'm going to be coming at you with more new reports that we're creating here at Triple Whale that'll be available for you in your 3.0 dashboards. So this week we're talking all about cities. We're breaking it all down. Where around the country, where around the globe are your customers ordering from? And I'd be remiss if I didn't say I love music. So no, this isn't about Cities by Talking Heads. Although great song, I might suggest giving that a listen while you look at your data in this dashboard. And also covered by Fish, which is a fan favorite. And if we had Fish's song data, I'm sure Moby would be able to tell you right off the bat that it was first covered in 1984 in the city of Burlington, Vermont. December 1984 for those who care. But I'll leave that as well, a little link to that in case you want to give it a listen while we're looking at the dashboards. So first and foremost, let's hop in. I'm going to move myself over here for a moment. If you're already in 3.0, by the way, head over to your template library. You'll see the city analysis right here at the top. This library is automatically filtered and sorted by newest to oldest and stuff that you don't have access to yet. So you'll see it front and center. Give it a preview, check out what's in here, but we're diving in right now, head first. So let's jump right in and talk about what this template has in it. Now, first, let's take a moment. Why would you care about this analysis broken down by city? What are we here for? Now, let me give you two interesting examples of why breaking data down by city could be important. Number one, let's say that you sell swim trunks and you think, hey, anywhere where it's warm, people are getting wet and wild, this is where they should be wearing my swim trunks. If the sun's out, they should have my trunks on their thighs. Well, you may take a look at your analysis and say, whoa, why is Miami not the number one city here? I got San Diego, I've got Houston, we know it's hot in those two places. Miami needs to be a top 3 city. We gotta up our game there. So you may want to focus in on trying to target folks in Miami and see if you can't make a bigger stronghold there. Second, let's say that you have been in e-commerce for a while now and you've been crushing the digital age. You're ready to take things offline, more of a one-to-one physical manner. You want to open up a store. This could be a great spot to determine where you would want to open a store or a pop-up. Or maybe you want to get into retail. This is a great way to show off to potential retailers, hey, listen, we've got a really big foothold in San Diego. Your store would be perfect for our goods. We think you should order about 3 times what your initial PO is going to be. So just a couple of cool opportunities there. We'll walk through what reports we have in the dashboard, and then I look forward to seeing your comment in the thread below, wherever this is. Tell me what other reports you want to see within this dashboard. All right, starting from the top, we have top revenue generating cities. Okay, so this is cities broken down by revenue. And this is going to be the top cities. You can break this down into 100 cities or 200 cities, whatever you want, but I just wanted to give you an easy breakdown of the top generating cities. All right, next is top 100 products sold by city. This is pretty cool because what we do is we actually group it by city, but we show off products, the top products sold in that city. So you might see San Diego here. There's 98 of these products sold to customers who live in San Diego. So that's an interesting little breakdown there that you probably haven't done before. All right, top 100 cities by order count. We'll get into revenue here in a moment, but if you just want to look at sheer order volume, this is your report. Next is traffic analysis. So you want to understand, like, customers coming to my website, where do they live? And am I seeing a conversion rate change in people who live in New York City versus LA? Am I seeing a lot more visitors from smaller cities? Or are my largest cities around the world, around the country, making up the lion's share of traffic to my site? Ooh, this is a good one. Okay. Customer cohort analysis by city and state. Typically, when you look at a cohort analysis, everyone's used to looking at it by the date the new customer is acquired. But here, what we did is we swapped out the date they were acquired and we swapped in the city that they're from. So you're going to see new customer count by city, by state, AOV, LTV, and repeat purchase rate. That's going to be really cool when you expand this out to, right now I'm on 90 days. You could expand it out to 365 or a couple of years and really understand what cities are driving new customer acquisition. and what cities might have the best repurchase rate. Dive in there to figure out what's going on in those cities and those customers to see if you can, duplicate that in other cities around the country or the world. All right, the next one was a fun little exercise for Moby. I actually built almost this entire dashboard with Moby. I did get some help from my buddy Nick. Thanks, Nick. Shout out to you. But this one was a ChatGPT and Moby combination. So basically what we did is we broke down all orders and revenue by city. We then told Moby what regions and subregions each state belonged to, and then we asked Moby to combine all of those cities into the regions and subregions for this report. So now you can easily tell like how the Midwest is doing, how the Southeast is doing, how the Northeast is doing, and then there's subregions for each of those broken down by state. So you can really understand like what is the New Hampshire, Connecticut, Maine versus maybe the Pennsylvania, New York, and Delaware as an example. And that might be a really good idea, like if you're maybe pushing radio or pushing billboard ads into regions instead of specific cities, and you want to know what the impact of that is. You can also do it with digital ads, but really cool analysis here. So next, last but not least, we have customer sales and refunds. This one was specifically interesting because what I wanted to call out is that I don't think we take enough of a look into refunds in general. Because we look at top line, how much revenue came from these places, how much revenue came from products, but what's being returned, what's being refunded, and can we combine this with product analytics to understand that customers from Austin, as an example, they make up like the fourth most revenue, but honestly, they have no returns, right? So these guys are keeping my product, they're not returning it. That's a city that's really maybe a big brand advocate. But we need to find out what cities might have more returns and what can we do to fix that to be more like Austin, as an example. All right, so that about does it for this dashboard. I really hope that this was helpful, and I hope it is helpful to you. As you jump in, as you see this with your own data, send us questions, send us feedback, send us other reports you'd want us to build around this world. We can do just about anything, whether it comes to your first-party data, your Shopify data, post-purchase survey data. Let us know what kind of combinations you want. We'll add it here to the template for all to enjoy, or we can even build you a custom dashboard. So we appreciate you coming to the boardroom. We'll check you on the next one.